welcome to another podcast episode on M&D Fantasy Corner. I'm Duncan, and with me as always is my friend Momo.
Hello everybody.
I first wanna apologize for something, guys. In the last episode, I was calling Caladan Brood Kaladin.
Man, it's a curse of reading another fantasy story parallel to Malazan.
You should see horror in my face when I realized how many times I said Kaladin.
Man, I didn't even notice, I swear, till you came and cried to me, oh my god, I kept calling Caladan Brood Kaladin. And I started laughing.
Yes, but anyways, guys, I just want to say that, we are reading different series parallel to this, and there's character named Kaladin.
Just forgive his brain, because, it's not a big brain. And also I wanna mention, as you can probably maybe even notice, I'm kinda sick as dog. I have flu, and my voice will probably be more terrible than usual. So sorry about that too, guys.
Okay, but here is, I think we can go with community segment now.
Yes, of course.
And
so Marco is making comeback.
Yes, but before that we had a community member who said that we had a little bit of imbalance in our volumes and that I was too close to microphone. We guys, we just started doing this show and we don't know anything about audio technicalities and stuff, so we are still in the trying process. So this episode I'm gonna try out to be a little bit more distant.
You know what the saddest thing of all? Because for a month at least I keep telling to Duncan when we are recording this, he's trying to be like inside of mic, and I'm saying to him, don't do that, and he didn't wanna listen to me.
You know how I am when I speak. I think you saw me once. I'm like, imagine two Italian people, having conversation. I'm like gesturing with my hands. I'm like extremely passionate. And somehow I move my head too close to microphone.
Yes, but I told you have very good mic, and it's picking you up even when you are not inside of it.
I know. But now I moved like half meter away from the microphone. So hopefully, this will be fine. If not, you can guys still, tell us in the comments if you liked, this version. But anyways, let's go maybe to Marco comment.
Yes, but, it was very a good comment. I agree with almost all of it. He is right. He said that, this culling of nobility was introduced by old emperor. And
it's genius.
It is genius idea. But,
what that made me wonder?
What?
Was it based on somebody? Because I cannot remember from my history knowledge that anybody was doing this.
Yeah, he even mentioned, I think, Turks doing the same, but I wasn't familiar with that, I think.
I cannot really remember. If somebody of you guys who know our history a little bit better, you can tell us if this culling of nobility was influenced by something from real history.
Yes, but I also wanna mention, while that comment is great and everything, I think at one point he is kinda wrong. I'm not sure how much wrong, but point about Morant having anything to do with this culling of nobility, I think is wrong.
Yes, because those are two separate events.
Yes, because Morant already did their thing before this culling of nobility is supposed to happen. They already exacted their price in blood from Pale before this culling of nobility is even talked about. So they have nothing to do with nobility culling, I think.
Yes, of course, that's 100% sure. Those are two different and separate events. But anyways, guys, there was comment by username Joseph Shagori, and he said that in games Pillars of Eternity, which by the way, I think me and Momo will play this game on this channel. It's epic RPG game, but he has ranger named Tog the Younger, and that's of course badass. I mean, I just love these comments because I'm like this nerd in RPG games. I'm always kinda naming my characters based on Malazan.
I wonder what we will name our character when we play.
I didn't even know that we could name our characters in that game, but it just made me more excited.
Anyway, I think we can move on to, chapter 11, right?
Yes, I think this episode we are going to try to fit 3 chapters. Maybe episode will be a little bit longer because of that, but we kinda had to because they are kinda like a unit. We didn't wanna separate these 3 chapters.
But before we start, I also wanna mention something. I'm really not sure how to pronounce this Tla name, Pran, is it Kol or Chol? Ch would imply like Ch, maybe?
CH.
Yes, CH, sorry. But I'm really not sure how to pronounce it. But I think I will pronounce it Pran Kol.
Okay, so guys, you can tell us in the comments about Pran Chol or Pran Kol.
If anybody read, if anybody listened to audiobook, I think you should tell us what is pronunciation there.
Yes. But you know what was weird to me? I was a little bit investigating about this chapter, and so many people they didn't really know what this undying fire represented.
Man,
Krul's gift.
Yes, I noticed this right away, but I wasn't sure what to think of it, to be honest.
To me, I always kinda thought that it's pretty simple. When he say undying fire, and we heard so many times that life is fire and fire is life. It's one of those cases where you can kinda put two and two together.
Does it have anything to do with ascendancy?
That's a possibility, let's just say that.
I was surprised that nobody asked this question on. I couldn't find anybody asking this question anywhere on internet. That's the thing.
I couldn't find anybody finding the answer to this question or even commenting it. It's like most of the people are they don't know what this undying fire represents.
Man, there are so many things like this in Malazan books that
Yes, it's a lot of mysteries, guys.
Yes. Anyway, there are a couple of things to notice here in this Kruppe dream, and most important is that this is kind of past, and later we will find out that this is more or less 300,000 years in past.
Kruppe's dream is really special. It's almost as if they are actually traveling through time here.
Yes, but at the same time I have feeling like they are in past, in present, and in future maybe at the same time.
Yes, that should tell you just how special Kruppe's dream is.
Yes, but also what happened in this dream is continuation from this from our last episode with Tattersail and Belurdan fight.
Yes, this convergence is basically, you can see here just how complicated it is. That convergence that happened initially, that's just the beginning.
Yes.
And you see what they actually had to do to make it right. They had to bring it to a special place, to a dream. And do you see how many people were actually part of this soul shifting?
But also, we meet here this Pran Kol, and he is Tlan Imas or whatever. But he is not.
He doesn't look like them.
Yes. This is how Imas looked before whatever happened to them. Yes, we cannot speak about that. But I always get the feeling that they were some like Neanderthals compared to us humans. Not not in intellect, but just in way they look. They had those ridges. They were stocky.
This is another case of historian background influence.
Yes, but also here this Pran Kol mentioned 4 elder races. Actually, yes, he mentioned all 4 of them. But he said that Jagut dwindle, and he said that Forkl Assail have vanished, but Kachench and Male are no more, and he said the eye spoke to them with words of death. And this to me mean that Jagut exterminated them.
You know how I view this a little bit differently. It's almost like there is era of one race, and once their era finishes, the second begins, and then different race is more prominent.
But did you get the feeling that this mean like Jagut took care of Kachench and Male?
To me, I more took it like, maybe you could say it like that, but to me, it more felt like, I don't know, how once dinosaurs got extinct, mammals rose.
We also know that Tlan are fighting Jagut. They all but exterminated them, but they didn't do it 100% completely.
But yeah, to me, those elder races are extremely interesting. I wish there was like a book that would explain. I think he would probably need to write like 5 books or even more.
To be honest, what race interests me the most is Kachench and Male. Because, all these other races, Forkrul, Jagut, and Imas, they are human-like. And I can understand how they work. But Kachench and Male, I really cannot comprehend how they society work.
But I think we can now move on.
I think we managed everything here. If we forgot something, we will probably say it in next episode, but I think we got good, so we can move on.
We are back to the good part. Bridge burners, guys.
I cannot laugh,
burners
man. I'm
are back.
sick. Come on. You are trying to kill me.
Man, to me, I don't know what's more epic. That, those two morons are cursing on Malazan, or that Kruppe actually realized that they are Malazan from that.
Thing is, man, when I first read this, and when Kruppe realized that they are cursing on Malazan, and it was shown that two guys are fighting each other, I know right away, first time when I was reading, that must be Fiddler and Hedge.
Of course.
Only those two morons would do something like that.
But thing is, man, I don't know if you noticed, for example, when you are angry, or when you are, passionate. Like, for example, if you and me would argue now, we wouldn't curse each other on English. We would probably, I don't know, subconsciously, go back to our own language.
Yes, but that for me, yes, I agree with you. It's part when you are angry, you revert back to your native tongue. But also, I found English very poor for cursing.
I think German is good for cursing.
I think our language is good for cursing, but I always, I read in books that best language for cursing is French. That you can string like wall of text of curses in one sentence on French.
I don't know, man, but to me German kinda sounds scary.
Man, German sound angry, but French sound like refined, and you can entire sentence can be one huge curse.
And sound elegant.
Yes, of course. That's important part too.
But shall we go back to the chapter?
Yes. Sorry guys for this little detour. But this is useful information. Maybe some of you now will decide to learn French so they can curse like very refinedly.
Okay. But yeah, speaking about sorry, there's something very important that happened here.
Oh yes. She was speaking with
She kind of
Whiskey
freaked
Jack.
out.
Yes. At the moment she heard word seer, she really freaked up.
And to me, this was also surprising on a third read, guys. I'm reading this for the third time, and I get surprised.
Listen, first time when I read this, I thought, when Whiskey Jack, said that Kruppe might be seer, I thought maybe Sorry was worried about Kruppe, that he's somebody important or whatever. But later we found out that is not the reason why she was worried. It's simply that Fisher girl is definitely there.
Yes, of course, but I'm still, even today, I don't know exactly, like right now, I don't know who is really speaking when Sorry speaks.
I think up to point where they moved to Darujhistan, it was cotillion all the time. I think that Fisher girl is slowly waking up.
I'm not sure about anything here. I feel that now it's definitely Sorry speaking, but she is controlled by Cotillion. And before I thought maybe it's 100% Cotillion and she's, somewhere back in the prison of his mind.
I still think that is the case, just that, she's gaining more and more control.
So what are they doing here? What a genius plan.
Those, I swear, man, more I read about these sappers, the more crazy they seem to me. This was genius Fiddler plan. He realized, you cannot covertly mine the entire city, so they decide to do it in broad daylight in front of everybody's faces. And
yes.
Worst thing is that work.
It's working, epically.
Yes. But man, just imagine they are mining town in a broad daylight and people are passing. And not only that people are passing, they are redirecting traffic. And they are doing this in front of the house of the most important person in entire Darujhistan. How crazy can you be, man?
Well, that's suppers for you.
But we see also that here what their plan is, and it's pretty straightforward. They will mine these intersections and basically make choke points, I think.
But I think we can go a little bit speak about Crocus. I think we kinda left this guy hanging over a couple of chapters.
Yes, and he's definitely having a change of heart. I think he wants more from life than being a thief.
But why?
Whenever man wanna change, there is only one reason.
This girl doesn't even know who he is, but he's already madly in love with her. But then his uncle Mammoth talked to him a little bit about Darujhistan and
oh yeah, there was important information there.
About city who is founded on rumor.
There is legend that there is ancient jagged barrow that is somewhere in these hills.
And this barrow attracted, because people are attracted to power.
I know, usually in these jagged barrows, there are jagged items. Every adventurer wanna, get rich easy. So this city basically was founded by those who were searching to get rich easy.
I wish we kinda knew such precise history of our cities.
Man,
I don't even know how our city was founded.
We don't have, our planet doesn't have nearly as rich history as Malazan. Because these guys said races that were 300,000 years old that were, comparable to today's races of Malazan. And in our world, that is not the case.
But I think we can go with one of the most important scenes in this chapter. When Sori meet Crocus.
But thing is, man, when Crocus came, he realized, he saw her dagger was bloody.
Of course, but you know what is the important part of
Those
this?
coins.
The coin.
Yes.
The coin, not coins, but the coin of Opon reacted to Sori and started to do something to her brain. That's even written.
Yes, but to me, that is the part where she said that, she will have to kill this Crocus, but somehow because of that coin she knew that she wouldn't. And that is Opon influence.
Yes, but do you know what was the reaction to, basically coin assaulting her mind?
She slept it away.
And I think it's even written with what?
What do you mean written with what?
With shadow energy.
Oh, yes.
So, there is a little hint here what happened. There was little skirmish between Cotillion and Opon. So, I just want to, point that out to people who kind of missed this very important event. It was almost like a power struggle between Opon and Cotillion, and, Cotillion kind of won.
Yes, but
But Opon didn't leave without his mark.
Opon never leave without mark.
And there is something very interesting, and I think after this we can go from this chapter into next chapter because it connects. And this is another thing that, a lot of our community don't know answer to this. How did Cole know that 5 black dragons live on Moonspawn?
Yes, even...
So I don't know if you have your own version or idea
but
how.
But even Kruppe is surprised, and if Kruppe is surprised, yes. I will be surprised too.
Thing is, a lot of people, put this into that term that I really dislike, Gotism. Because apparently people, whenever they don't understand something, they put that on Gotism. Because it was the first book, and that book is full of holes. But I don't like that term.
I will just say to you that in future books, I never get feelings like in these books that, I don't know what the hell is happening, or why something is happening. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, but I think even in this book, pretty much everything is solid. And this little, for example, I can give you just a couple of examples. How could Cole know about 5 black dragons? So first thing is, he's always drunk. He might have probably looked at the sky, and maybe 5 dragons were flying. You don't know if they are flying or not around the city. I know that is a stupid example, but it's possible. So there's another thing here. He could maybe even read it, because Kruppe found it in one of the scrolls. So why couldn't Cole also read it sometimes in past?
That I can believe, and that is what I think is, what happened there.
Maybe there's something else also. Maybe somebody was speaking through Cole. That's also, Kruppe believed that somebody was speaking through him, that it wasn't Cole. But there are so many things that are possible. And I don't know why people feel that was just Erikson's mistake. I just, I somehow hate that.
Man, it's not mistake. It's just, it's not too important how he there can be a million ways how he knew that.
I hate when somebody is kind of assaulting Erikson. That's what I'm, big fanboy. That's all.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can move on with this. Oh, there is this epic, amazing thing in chapter 12.
Quick Ben.
Of course.
Oh.
And he's your character. I think you found this even more amazing than me.
Oh man, he has some plan that he is discussing with Callum. And we don't know at the beginning what the plan is. Just, that Whiskey Jack doesn't like it. But, his plan is, I would say, moronic. Before, if I didn't know Quick Ben, I would say that plan is moronic. His plan is to go and have a negotiation with Tamanas. And thing is, he realized, Quick Ben, that Hairlock he cannot control him anymore. He outlived his usefulness. And here we find a couple of things. First is that Amanas really like deals. But very important thing is that he will try to find loopholes in those deals and try to fuck you over in any way possible. If you leave like millimeter of space, he will try to take advantage of that. And he even admits it. Also, we find out that Quick Ben was once an acolyte of Shadow. And if you leave Shadow, you get the rope. That means, you die. And another thing that will happen, he wanna choose time and place when he will give Hairlock to them.
Yes, he basically wants to get rid of Puppet, but he also wants to take away that bounty from his head.
Yes. But man, the ending is, most epic to me in this because, he said literally, "You'll not have me, Lord, because you can't." And he, escaped via Chaos Warren. And, at that moment, Amanas recognized him. Apparently he
called him by his real name.
Yes, apparently he was not just a random acolyte. He was somebody more. And, he was really, really mad.
And remember, guys, when we usually tell you, every time there is scene with Quick Ben, you will find him more and more amazing. I think so far it's true.
Yes.
He managed to get the better of Shadow Throne, and that's not easy.
Yes, that is.
But you know what I wanna say also here?
What?
I'm not sure if it's smart to piss off Shadow Throne.
Man, if anybody can do it, it's Quick Ben. That's just what I say.
And I think after that, Ralik and Callum marks each other, and we can.
Yes, that is another plan. Another part of plan of Malazan is to make contact with Assassin Guild of Darujhistan.
Yes, and basically they offer them to, just assassinate the main powers of Darujhistan.
Yes, that is Malazan way, basically.
But now we finally learn who was stopping that, what are these assassin wars on roof of Darujhistan, and that reminded me of this picture that we are using, and it was long time since we gave praise to person who actually drew this. Shadan. We just want to say thank you once more, for letting us use this picture. And basically this fight in chapter 13, well, this picture depicts that fight.
Yes, that is the fight on rooftops.
So man, once again, thank you. You did great job. But I don't know how shall we speak about this fight, because it was so amazing. It's three-way fight.
Yes, it's three-way fight between, we find out that, of course, there is Callum and Quick Ben, there is Ralik, Gnome and Ocelot, but we find out finally what the third power is, and there are Tista Andy.
And they are some assassin mages. That sounds scary to me.
Yes, but that only, to me, raised my view of Quick Ben and Callum, and also of Ralik. Because, man, Ralik is just an assassin, and he managed to kill one of them. I don't know, Callum and Quick Ben injured couple of them, but Callum was also injured in that fight.
But what was actually very amazing to me, and I remember this first time when I was reading it, how Callum was different than your, basically every other assassin. His fighting style, he's cracking ribs, he's cracking jaws, when he smash you with his fist,
yes, man, he's huge.
He do damage. It's almost like he's not assassin really. He's very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, he's assassin, but his fighting style is more of a warrior with daggers.
Yes, of some, beefy guy. He is beefy.
Yes, but you know who else make appearance here on this fight, man?
Who?
Anomander.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, but
Oh yeah.
when he came, and Quick Ben released that Tachiran demon. Man, it broke my heart when that demon say, "Do you know who is that? Do you know where you send me to?"
Yep.
And man, at the end when he asked, like, "Do you pity me?" And Ben was just like, "Yes." But I don't
Yes.
understand. Those are Tachiran mages. How the hell Quick Ben has that vial? Did Tachiran give it to him, or he stole it, or what? I mean, I know what happened, but for some first-time reader.
Here is the thing: demons are signature of Tachiran, but other people also possess these things. Through some deals with Tachiran, possibly, or we don't want to say how or exactly, but simply it is what it is.
But
Quick Ben had one of these vials.
Important thing just here is to notice that only reason why Quick Ben and Callum managed to escape was because they unleashed that demon.
What you just said about, being sad about this demon. To me, it's amazing how Erikson can make you, have a pity for even demons.
Yes. Also, I know this is maybe a little bit later, but we find out also these demons are very, very strong. And you know how long it took for Anomander to get rid of this demon, man?
1 minute.
1 fucking minute, man. Come on. And I even remember part where, Quick Ben said to Whiskey Jack, I had to use one of the demons, and he was like, man, he was surprised. Who was there that you had to use that demon? And Anomander got rid of that demon in under 1 minute.
Yes, but all people, pretty much every mage, felt the way this demon died.
Yes.
I think this is a great segue to speak a little bit about this object.
Dragnipur.
Yep. That is the sword that Anomander used, and it's described a little bit in more detail. I think first-time readers won't really understand pretty much anything about this sword, but we can speak a little bit about it to make them more familiar.
Yes. First thing that I want to mention is when Anomander speak with Baruch later on about the demon, he say that he's gone. He's not dead, but nobody can get to him anymore.
But do you remember also about those two, what is the name, those mages from Pale?
Oh yes, man.
Do you know?
When that was, I was, that is the first time when I really started thinking what the hell was this sword. When Baruch, say, he bring those heads of those two mages to Anomander. And Baruch say, when Anomander asked him, did those mages protest? He say, after I explained them what are their options, they didn't protest. So
they were
what
probably
is
even happy.
Yes, but what is worse than that?
Well, apparently Dragnipur is.
Yes, but later.
And all these mages, they are feeling it. They are, they feel some horror inside of them.
Yes, but also
whenever there is murder.
Also, at the very end of I think this or next chapter, we find out in conversation between Krull and Kruppe that there are some chains and slaves.
Yes.
And that is Dragnipur.
And there is darkness.
Yes.
I just feel that, I don't want to go too much in depth because definitely later in this book there will be interesting happening with this sword.
Yes, but
pay attention to the
Krull even say
wooden wheels.
Yes, Krull even say it's basically wagon and slaves and chains. And that is sword. Yep. And
and darkness.
Yes, he say forge in darkness in chains souls to the world that existed before the coming of light.
Without too much spoilering.
This is enough information.
But this should tell you that just how much this sword is unique. And that you don't want to die by this sword.
Yes, you would.
Rather take away your life any way possible.
Definitely.
Yes, anyways, guys, I think that was all for this episode. If you have any comment, question, you can post them on Reddit or even in comment YouTube. We read all of that. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.
See ya, guys.